WNEM TV5 News starts right now with a First Alert weather update.
I'm First Alert meteorologist Matthew Mondro, and we are starting this morning extra off with our First Alert Weather Day coverage. Now, for this First Alert Weather Day, the focus is on this morning because there is some potential for a flash freeze on roads that are still wet. These roads are left over from the rain and the snow melt from Thursday. A couple of snow squalls are possible for this morning, too, but again, the focus really just on the morning. So by lunchtime today and as we go into the afternoon, we are expecting, if any drive times slow down, for them to be back to normal again. Take a look at our current temps, all below freezing currently. So if you are heading out the door soon, keep that in mind. If you encounter any wet areas on roads, they could become icy. It's 23 in Flint, 26 in Bad Axe, about 25 in West Branch currently. We've even had some snow showers starting to pick up here this morning too. We have been expecting these snow showers. It is mostly in the way of lake effect. Now this morning our wind has been picking up speed too. We have a sustained wind from the west that's turning to the northwest. Speeds anywhere from 15 up to about 25 to 30 miles per hour. So certainly a strong sustained wind right now, and those gusts should reach up to about 40 to 45 miles per hour. There is a wind advisory for northern row of counties, also Gladwin and Aranac. Also includes Clare, Isabella, and Gratiot counties. But even though the rest of mid-Michigan is not included in this wind advisory, it realistically is going to be windy for everybody. Just want to show you there on the First Alert traffic map too, and I would suspect this is more from the snow showers around West Branch and even north of there towards Houghton Lake and Higgins Lake, starting to see a few slick spots developing. We'll talk more about the weekend forecast too coming up soon. Lauren, Maggie, we'll send it over to you.
Sounds good. Thank you, Matthew. And we also want to bring your attention to an outage in Saginaw County this morning. Consumers Energy first reported it just before 4:30 this morning. Nearly 600 customers are in the dark in the area of Tamith, just west of Birch Run. Now, Consumers Energy estimates turning the lights back on around 10:15 this morning. And a quick note, the East Side Soup Kitchen in Saginaw says it is closed today due to a water main break.
Continuing coverage now, a judge signing off on a settlement between a bankruptcy trustee representing the State Theater and former Bay City leaders. Former theater director Mike Bacigalupo ordered to pay the trustee $72,000. Former board treasurer Stephanie Martinez and former board chairman Mark Delistevich must also pay a combined $200,000. The claims revolved around two large loans Bacigalupo secured for the theater, money that was instead spent on a project in nearby Winona Park. The suit claims Bacigalupo told Delistevich and Martinez about the loans, and the two did not act to protect the theater. The money must be paid by the end of the year. And still unfolding, a state representative saying he's pushing to restore money pulled from Bay City's Lafayette Street Bridge project.
That's right. It amounts to $1.6 million for the city's budget. Now, that money became a casualty last week when House Republicans canceled $645 million of allocated funds. The money was intended to reimburse Bay City for its share of the bridge project. Bay City Republican Tim Beeson says he plans to introduce a legislative spending request for the money. Beeson joined his colleagues in last week's maneuver, saying the money was jammed through in one bill instead of having each project vetted and approved in a more formal process.
Marijuana could soon be treated as a less dangerous drug under federal law, and the policy shift could reshape the cannabis business here in Michigan. President Donald Trump signed an executive order directing federal agencies to move marijuana from Schedule 1, alongside heroin and LSD, to a Schedule 3 drug, a category that recognizes its medical use and a lower risk of abuse.
It opens the door to further research, and further research is going to allow us to know what the benefits are, what the harms are.
Now, marijuana would still be illegal federally, but it would no longer be considered one of the most dangerous drugs in America. Here in Michigan, that change wouldn't affect what consumers can buy, but it could affect prices, investment, and jobs.
The cannabis industry in Michigan has been really fighting for change, and I think that this was a small win of hopefully many.
Right now, cannabis businesses face a federal tax rule forcing them to pay taxes on gross income, not profits. Reclassification could eliminate that right as Michigan prepares to roll out a new state marijuana tax starting in January. The executive order pushes federal agencies to move quickly, but there is still no timeline.
A driver is on life support and a business remains closed until further notice after a car crashed into it late Wednesday night. The impact badly damaging Grand Central Sports Bar and Grill on State near Warwick and Saginaw. Police say they believe the driver was impaired but provided no further details. The business said on its Facebook page that no one inside was injured and it extended its sympathies to the driver. Across Michigan, a Macomb man was identified as the interpreter killed in an attack on U.S. military in Syria. Ayad Mansour Sakat was honored Thursday as his remains were transferred from a plane at Dover Air Force Base in Delaware. An online obituary says the 54-year-old was born in Iraq and worked as an interpreter for U.S. soldiers from 2003 to 2007. He brought his family to the U.S. through the Special Immigrant Visa Program, where they made their home right here in Michigan. The attack on Saturday happened during a mission in a historic central Syrian town where an ISIS gunman ambushed them. The two others killed were identified as Sergeant Edgar Brian Torres Tovar of Des Moines and Sergeant William Nathaniel Howard of Marshalltown, Iowa.
A new bill heading to Governor Gretchen Whitmer's desk would allow gun safety to be taught in schools. Under it, students would learn about different kinds of guns, how to safely use and maintain them, among other things. And the course would be taught by a certified hunter education instructor. Now note, the bill does not require schools to teach this course, and real firearms and ammunition would not be allowed in schools.
Still unfolding, the University of Michigan interim president says the school is launching an independent investigation of the athletic department. This following the firing of former football head coach Sharon Moore for what the university calls an inappropriate relationship with a staffer. Moore was later arrested and is now charged with home invasion, stalking, and breaking and entering. The university says it's working to uncover any additional evidence.
Our focus is strictly on uncovering the facts. It is my job, my duty, to ensure the integrity of this investigation. We will take whatever steps are necessary to help ensure that conduct like this does not happen again.
Moore's next court date is slated for January 22nd.
All right, local leaders finding their way to the state boards. Former Grand Blanc Township Police Chief Ronald Wiles was appointed the Michigan Commission on Law Enforcement Standards. He also was the executive director of the Michigan Association of Police Chiefs. And Kevin Jones here of Saginaw been named to the state's Black Leadership Advisory Council. He's also the founder of Black Teaking and the president of the Museum of Black Experiences in Saginaw. Jones was selected to serve as a co-chair. You are watching TV5 Morning Extra.
A chance to spice up your holiday with some local events over the weekend.
And if you missed a story, you can catch up on our YouTube channel. And if you are watching us on Facebook, like us, comment the stories that mean most to you. We want to know. Matthew will have a look at your first alert forecast next.
Today is a first alert weather day focused on the morning because we could see a flash freeze on roads that are still wet left over from yesterday's rainfall and melting snowpack. But again, where wet is where we could have some of those icy conditions. But so far, we've actually seen drive times holding together pretty well for the morning. I do suspect by noon today for the noon newscast, we'll be able to pull back this first alert weather day. The afternoon also is expected to be pretty good with our drive times. But everybody is below freezing now, so where you do encounter some wet areas, there could certainly be some ice. It's 23 in Flint and Elma. We have 26 in Bad Axe, about 25 in West Branch, and 28 in Oscoda. Up towards West Branch right now and closer to Houghton Lake as well, we've seen a few slick spots developing on I-75, but I actually suspect that's more from the snow showers moving through rather than a refreeze currently. But as far as today goes too, it is going to be a windy day, no doubt. It's already been pretty windy this morning. There's a wind advisory for our northern row of counties, also Gladwin and Aranac counties, and then Clare, Isabella, and Gratiot counties also included. That goes until 7 o'clock this evening. Even though not all of the TV5 area is included in the advisory, realistically it'll be windy for everybody, and we do expect gusts today to reach up to about 40 to 45 miles per hour from the northwest. Here's that first alert pinpoint Doppler. So the snow we currently have moving through mid-Michigan, especially our southern counties, right around Flint, a heavier snow falling there, and we've had some snow falling into our northern areas too. These snow showers will continue for the remainder of the morning, but I actually think right now what we're seeing is the heaviest that we'll have all morning long. So closer to noon today, these snow showers starting to dial back a little bit, especially through the afternoon. Most of them should be coming to an end. Now for tomorrow, another cold front comes through. It does bring a brief window of some rain and snow showers with it. Fairly brief window of opportunity for that during the afternoon, but a little bit of rain mixes in because we'll have a high of 36. Much colder on Sunday. Dry day though, mostly cloudy, but even the low 20s might be a struggle on Sunday. So between the 2 days this weekend, Sunday by far the colder day. There's that first alert hour by hour for tomorrow. This is at about 2 in the afternoon. We have some of these snow showers into our northern counties. Should arrive as early as noon, but notice as it moves across, a little bit of rain mixes in with those temps in the mid-30s. This right here is 5 in the afternoon. Pretty much by 6, that should be completely out of here, and then we're drying out as we go into tomorrow night. Past today and past any of that activity for tomorrow, the rest of the 7-day forecast fairly quiet, especially as we start off next week. And after those cold temps on Sunday, we will rebound to about 32 on Monday, and then upper 30s, even 40s for the middle of next week. Christmas Day on Thursday, even though it is almost a week out here, we are potentially seeing some rain and a warm day. So we'll keep a close eye on that. But right now we have rain with a high of 48 on Christmas.
All right, Matthew, thank you. Happening this weekend, you can become a taste tester and judge who has the best tamales in Saginaw. La Union Civica Mexicana is hosting its 15th annual Tamale Taste-Off on Sunday. 6 vendors will compete in creating the best of the Mesoamerican dish. Entry is just $5 with lots of sampling to do. It all begins at 11 at the Union Civica Hall on Wadsworth.
And you can join the Saginaw Spirit and Oshawa Generals for the Teddy Bear Toss fundraiser at Dow Diamond on Saturday. Fans are tossing a new stuffed animal onto the ice. The donated bears support families through My Michigan Health, Great Lakes Bay Health Centers, Covenant Kids, and the Can Council. Well, the State Theater over in Bay City is hosting a holiday movie marathon, all starting tomorrow, and the fun starts at noon with the movie Home Alone. Then at 2 o'clock, it's a medley of animated features, including How the Grinch Stole Christmas, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Frosty, and even Mickey's Christmas Carol. Then at 4:10, you can watch the movie Elf, and the program wraps up the fun with the Santa Claus starting at 6. Just bring a toy for admission, and those toys will then be donated to children spending Christmas at local hospitals.
I love a Christmas movie marathon, but if you're feeling more spooky than jolly, the Masonic Temple in Bay City is hosting its Midnight Monster movie series on Saturday. They will screen the 1933 horror classic, The Invisible Man. There will be showtimes at 9 o'clock and midnight. Tickets are only $5. All right, you want to check in with Matthew one more time. It is a First Alert Weather Day. Matthew, what should we know?
Yeah, First Alert Weather Day focus on this morning here. By the afternoon, we are expecting to be able to pull back this First Alert Weather Day, but otherwise tracking some snow showers this morning. Just a cold and windy day. Tomorrow we have a couple of rain and snow showers in the forecast. After that, though, fairly quiet as we start off next week, but Christmas Day, Thursday, could potentially be warm and rainy.
All right, Matthew, thank you. And thanks for joining us for TV5 Morning Extra. See you back here at 9.